Hi, welcome to Lexria V2. This is our customizable intake workspace. This is exactly what a lawyer would see. This is my demo lawyer account. Over here on the left nav, we have a couple different sections. This is for a lawyer with a basic account. I'll point out a couple areas where it differs from the pro account, but this is for the basic account. So starting on the top left here, clients, this is your client dashboard. You can see I have 5 total clients. I can click on any individual client and I can see a bunch of information about the client. I can see, first of all, their dossier bundle. This is the bundle of all information they've submitted in their form, as well as any documents they uploaded. We also put all of that information together in a PDF, a Word document, and an Excel file. You have all 3 files. We rename everything. We put everything in folders for you. So what you download is something that's a kind of a nice, tidy package. All of that information also imports directly into Jubilee, our filing software partner. You can see I'm also testing BCB here. BCB is the proprietary software that goes into Best Case. Obviously, Best Case does not integrate with us directly, but we are working on a potential solution for their import of client information via a BCB file, but that's currently in testing. Also, all of the uploaded documents here, I can actually expand each one and I can see the actual document live in the viewer, and I can download it here as well. And I can do that also from my 3 actions button. I can also sort to understand exactly when the client last updated their documents or added information. That's just a handy, quick tool. Again, all the documents would be in the dossier bundle for the client. Under settings, I can do a couple different things. So I can assign a published template. That would be the form itself. We create as many custom forms as you want. We've had attorneys create Chapter 7 forms, Chapter 13 forms, use us as an initial means test, a series of basic questions at the beginning before they move them to the more robust form. You've got a lot of options there, and you can simply assign the client a template within your workspace, and it will send them an email directly to get started with a custom link. You can also assign a document due date. So this would be an intake due date, excuse me. This would be an upcoming due date for their form, the form that they've been actively assigned, for their form to be due. That's for kind of your information. They don't necessarily see that due date, but what happens is you will be able to send a series of messages, which is what we call a campaign, via the messaging section in the workspace, and you can see all the upcoming emails that have been assigned to that client with an upcoming due date. And the way that we queue those emails is based on a due date. So we know how many days before, during, and after that document that intake due date. So if you don't have the due date, we just don't know when to send the series of emails. And you can also assign the campaign, again, create a series of campaigns based on the strength of the messaging, the type of messaging, et cetera, for that client. Under invitations, this would be the actual custom intake link that gets sent to the client. You can send the invitation by email, and that gets them up and going within Lexria so that they can get started. The pay stub review is a section if they've uploaded if any of your clients have uploaded pay stubs. Similarly, you can see the pay stub review there. Again, just a helpful tool for you. Members, this is all of the members from your law firm that belong to the workspace. So it's just more of a FYI for you. As you add law firm members to the workspace, we can handle any number of law firm members. The invitations, so there are a couple different ways that your client can get started with a form. One is the custom invitations via the email that I just showed you. The other is creating a generic link. So I could just call this, generic link number 5, and I can assign the actual form to that name, create the shared link. Now I have generic link number 5. I can copy that link over here under the 3 actions button. That's something that you might want to send on an ongoing basis to any number of clients. It will be assigned just to that form, just to your workspace. Some attorneys like to publish this to their website so they can keep directing their clients to their website and say, click the link on such and such page. And so that's another way your clients could get into a particular intake form assigned to your workspace. So speaking of, those intakes that are assigned to your workspace are under the intake section on the left navigation panel. These are all of the intakes that we would create for you. We've got a couple different versions of our standard Lexria form here, and then an updated pay stubs for your filing. And these are just for our demo, for demo purposes here. Your workspace comes with our latest of the standard Lexria form. That's, again, just to get you started. We can make customizations from that one, or we can start from scratch for you. And you can have any number of forms in here. You can also assign a workspace default. And what that means is when you add a client over here on the left, you can create a new client here. When you create the client, they will be assigned the workspace default. So that's the reason why you'd have a workspace default, and you can change what that workspace default is. And now we get to messaging. So this is what I mentioned earlier. You'd want to first set the intake reminder emails. If you have a pro account, we also send SMS messages only based on getting consent in your form from your clients. That's just per kind of our legal obligation to the phone providers. We must get consent first. But with a basic account, we just send the emails. You can set your reply to email address, your reply to name here. And then under campaigns, I've got 3 different campaigns here. Again, campaigns are a series of emails with days both before, during, and after. So negative days, the negative relative days, are the number of days before a client's intake due date that we would send a particular message. You can set the send time, the subject, and the email body itself. We have a little guide baked in here so you know the unique variables that you can use that will queue off the client's first name, their display name, your workspace display name, etc. So you can customize the email body. You can see a preview here directly within the workspace. You can also send yourself a sample email. And you can go in and enable or disable or even delete certain steps in the campaign if you want. And again, just expand to see and to edit any information. Negative days before the intake due date on a per client basis, and then relative days of 0 would be the day it's actually due. And this is for anybody that's active in your workspace. You can assign the intake due date here under clients. This is just a repeat of the same functionality in the client dashboard. We have it in 2 places, so you can update it or change it or add it here. You can also pause reminders for a particular client, resume reminders, or go ahead. They're enrolled once they have an actual due date set in there. Under settings, you've got a couple different options in here. So you can set your contact email for your clients. These would be reply to once they get an intake reminder, for example. That's separate from the campaign messages, which are just notification reminders to complete their forms. This would just be for when they receive the intake directly itself to get started. You can also get a weekly client digest or an intake completion email when any of your clients get to 100% completion. And just a little note about that. So if I go to my clients and I click on one, over here on the right, there's this button that says fill intake. And now I see the actual form for the client. This is everything that they've completed so far. Again, they had been assigned a standard Lexria form. I can navigate through the different sections. This is really helpful if you have paralegals or assistants on your team that want to hop on the phone and maybe just get a little bit more information from the client. They can fill this out directly within the workspace itself for the client. There's no navigating to anywhere else. And this is exactly the form that, in this case, Pat Lee, my client, has filled out so far. She's 89% complete. And I can go back to the client overview here. So that comes in handy once Pat, in that example, 89% gets to 100%. If I turn this notification on, everybody in my workspace, all my law firm members would get an email when a client reaches 100%, or if I want the weekly client digest, that would reveal on a weekly basis where everybody is at, how far along they are. And then you can set your billing preferences here. So this is a pretty in-depth overview of my demo account here in Lexria V2 for the basic workspace assigned to any particular law firm. Have a good day.